Good afternoon, everyone. I come to bring you a bit of afternoon cheer. Hope this afternoon finds you well. I'm not exactly late for work, but I am running late for work. To that spot I call Candyland. It's a little warm still, and it's August, and it's not as hot as it would normally be in the South when I still stayed in the South. But it's still kind of warm up here in Illinois. But that's not enough with me attempting to make small talk. I'm trying to ease into my point because I must make a declaration, because just from my observation of the way things have been going in our society, not necessarily. I guess it could be a fix somewhat to. It's known as culture, because you hear the word culture being used over and over, and defending the culture. We must protect the culture. Culture, the compensatory, codified definition of culture is whatever a person or a group or a specific group of people are doing at a particular time. Is whatever you're doing at a particular time. If you are making self-destructive hip-hop music where you promote the killing and destruction of your people, then that is part of your culture. If you make hip-hop music where the biggest your biggest attention draw or thing that you wish to display is your sexual attributes and the way that you're able to mask up your natural appearances by way of makeup and extensive weaves of multicolors. It's an opposite world, in a way, that when I'm still talking about culture. Culture is whatever you're doing at a particular time, whatever particular group. Black culture is whatever nigga folk, African American, black, nigga folks are doing at a particular time. That is culture. Whatever white folks is doing at a particular time, that's their culture. Mexicans, Jewish, whatever. So, it seems that within our culture, there's been somewhat an opposite day, and an opposite situation where, from my concept and upbringing by way of my ancestors, what was termed as masculinity is somehow being, and I'm not trying to say it, and I wouldn't say, I can say that, when people say that women have become more masculine and whatever shit like that, I look at it in my mind. It's what they had to. Is how they had to adapt to be in the environment, in the circumstances, and around the people or lack of people. The identity in which they had to assume. They had to attempt to assume an aggressive or threatening demeanor or palance about themselves. A type of stance where they don't necessarily need you to hold your hand. They're not gonna be beholden to you, so you can hold it above their heads at a later date. Don't nobody, don't nobody want to feel like you hold some shit over their head. Like you owe them something, and it's something that they feel that they believe is their accomplishment. But you always got to somehow tie your ass to their accomplishment. You just can't let them live in their accomplishment. But nevertheless, I'm still not getting to my point, the point which I am making today. What I said is there's an opposite world or whatever. People are doing things that, the men are acting, there's they wear nail polish. They wear makeup. Some of them be wearing the makeup. It's still something that I got one hole in my ear, and then when I went in front of Granddaddy, I still felt, weird, cause, hey, I can't say I felt weird, because there were predetermined definitions of what masculinity was, and putting an earring in your ear, unless you was a pirate. And then there's always all types of connotation of what a pirate is. A booty pirate. But that's off. What I'm saying is, it's opposite day in under black culture. It seems that you've been propagated and it's been narrated to you that what is considered to be your position. And I like to consider the masculinity in which I was brought under. You can use something that's commonly known. The PPP. Protector, provider, and producer. That is what a man is, and that is just what a man is. A man is supposed to produce. You can provide, you can protect, and you can provide. But that you also have to be in a position where you are even in your making the position that even though you are making the provision, even though you are providing, you still have to produce. You still have to, there's still other dragons in which must be slayed by the individual under the identity which I know as man and having masculine traits, whatever. But that seems opposite world. But let me get to my point here, because I'm almost where I need to be, and like I said, I'm a couple minutes late. I don't think I said I'm a couple minutes late, but it was always told me, you want to keep it Playa. You want to be smooth, loved by the ladies, adored by the ladies. When they come around you, they know that you going to buy them a drink or something, and it's not going to hurt you. If they want to appetize, you throw an appetizer in there for them. But nowadays, the culture just seems as if, niggas, it's almost just a breath away of niggas wanting the bras to start asking them out, and they're going to be abusing those that they put underneath the umbrella of single mothers, black single mothers. The black single father never gets any type of, but it's her woman, and I'm not even going to ask one girl. But what I'm saying is, I was once known, whenever I like to be around women. I never was a hard. Either I hung by myself or I hung around a bunch of women. Because I like to be around women. That's what a heterosexual male like myself. That's what I enjoy. So I did that under the concept of keeping it Playa. But those who that had been placed upon as the identity of a simp. Those were those who are now assuming the identity and the posture of the player. They're the ones that had, when you tell them like, damn nigga, all the bride wanted something to eat, and you gonna make a big ass post on Facebook and on Twitter and Twitter out your feelings and your videos and shit cause you didn't get no ass on the first date. Nigga, you sorry. But what I'm saying is, man, I guess at this point, since it's opposite day, and the Simps of my day, the Simps of the 90s and the 00s, the double aughts, the 80s and the 70s, the Simps of that era have now become underneath the moniker of the Playa. I'm gonna throw off with what I once considered was a Playa uniform, and I'm going to put on the Simp uniform, and I'm going to conduct my ways and the manners that are opposite to those who presume themselves to be Playa or modernistic or speculative value, in which they on the internet. It is my understanding a true high value man is not going to be typing on the internet or making podcasts as a living, for a living. For a living. You have something else to stand on top of. But nevertheless, I'm here, man. I got to go. Peace and love. I don't sing my Candyland theme song no more because, I need to put that to rest. I'm just spitting now. So y'all have a great day. Peace and love.